Hi everyone. We're going to do our bedtime flow, number 2. Okay, we're going to hold each pose for 5 breaths in this particular flow. And we're going to start off with a short meditation, 3 minutes of Soham meditation. Okay, it's thought that the sound of the inhale makes the sound so internally, S-O, and the sound of the exhale makes the sound ham, H-A-M. Okay, we repeat this mentally in our head, and then halfway through we'll try and just feel and hear the breath rather than repeat Soham mentally. Okay, so close your eyes, come into your comfortable sitting position. You don't have to be cross-legged, kneeling's fine. Nice straight spine, relax everything down, shoulders level or slightly back, lifting from your sit bones to the crown of your head. Okay. So start to focus on your breath and your breathing. Okay, don't force the breath. Nice, natural, steady, deep breaths. And then just start to repeat mentally the word so, S-O on the inhale, and ham on the exhale, H-A-M. So on the inhale, ham on the exhale. Okay, continue with your Soham breath, but try to stop repeating mentally so and ham and just feel the breath in your body. Listen to its vibration as you breathe in and out. And then just bring your mind back to the here and now. Just open your eyes, take a soft focus on the floor, feel through your body. Just get used to having your eyes open once more, keeping that focus, drink in everything else in your peripheral vision. And then taking your time, we're coming into downward dog to start our bedtime flow. So hands to the top of the mat, tuck toes, straighten your legs, come into our downward dog position. Okay, take your time, bend your knees as much as you need to. Okay, spread your hands. Okay, and think about where you're placing the pressure within your hands. Okay, try and either bring your forefingers pointing directly upwards or your middle fingers. Press into the pads at the base of your fingertips. Okay, it takes the pressure off the wrists a little bit. Okay, but just feel that nice spread hands position. Rotating the forearms out the way so the eyes of your elbows point in. And then trying to imagine you're trying to touch the sides of a box with your shoulders. Okay, as you sort of press them outwards. And then bending those knees, allowing the bum to come back. You'll see, or you'll feel a stretch between hips and fingers as you do that. And then try and hold that extension, nice flat back. And then start to straighten your legs if it feels right, pulling your bum to the ceiling. Don't worry about where your heels are. Okay, just gently pushing them towards the floor if they're not already there. Okay, 5 breaths. Okay, nice steady inhale and exhale, ujjayi breathing. Okay, constricting the back of the throat, making that sound of the ocean. 4, 5. We're coming into low lunge, so nice and slowly, shoulders over the backs of the hands, bending the knees, lifting through the chest, placing that front foot, releasing that left knee to the ground. Okay, just come into our low lunge position. Okay, feeling through your bod, either down on your hands or up on your fingertips, depending on the shape of your bod. Okay, pull your belly away from your thigh. Okay, you can come up just to feel how much you've got going in this left hip flexor. Okay, but just become settled in the pose. Just place your hands somewhere comfortable, either on top of the other. Okay, lift upright through the crown of your head so your spine's nice and straight. Gently press into that left knee. Feel the hip flexor. Okay, you can also push into that rear foot. Okay, engages that muscle too. Okay, the knee is nicely stacked over the ankle and in line with the foot. Okay, so 5 breaths, feeling everything, pressing into that knee, nice steady breathing. 5 breaths. Okay, stay in this position for the next pose. We bring our left hand behind us. If you can bring it to your rear calf of that bent knee, then do so, or just somewhere near it, and then the other arm up to the top. So we're stretching through that right side. 5 breaths. And then nice and slowly come back up, bring your hands together, forearms parallel, and then come into a twist. So if you can hook that left arm over that thigh or place it on top, do so. Okay, forearms in line, elbow pointing to the ceiling. Your focus is either up to the ceiling or down to the floor. 5 breaths. Coming into half split pose, so release the hands, come back into your low lunge, nice and steady, and then gently pull your bum back towards your heels, straighten this front leg, try and remain balanced over, or your body rather, your pelvis nice and level and steady, and then you can use your hands to support you, or books or blocks if it helps. Brings you a little bit higher. Okay, straighten this leg as much as your hamstring will allow, and then allow the weight to sort of press down into or on top of that leg, okay, until you feel that lovely, juicy, enjoyable feel. You can flex this foot, okay, you'll feel everything tighten up a little bit more if you do, but don't overdo it. Just feel into a position and then hold and breathe. Okay, again, remaining level through your pelvis, so not tilted over to one side, supporting yourself on your floor or your blocks. Okay, 5th breath, nice and slowly roll forward. We're going to come into lizard. Okay, so bring your hands to the left hand side of that front foot, and then we just walk the foot out as far as you comfortably can into lizard pose, okay, until you feel everything around here sort of tightening up nicely. Okay, and then just sort of rest your weight into your pelvis softly, okay, and just allow everything to soften, relax, and focus. 5 breaths. And then twisted lizard, so remain where you are. Just place the hand on the inside of that foot. Flex the foot, inside of the knee rather. Flex the foot to protect the knee. Just gently push out. You should feel this in your hip, not really your knee. Okay, as long as you're flexing your foot, it will protect the knee. So just gently push out that hip. Feel it in your hip. Okay, just go with how your body feels. Okay, just allow your body to twist round if it feels good. Looking up at the ceiling maybe. 5th breath. And then come back. Okay, we're going to come into pigeon pose. So walking that foot back, bending the knee, bring it between the hands. Okay, that rear leg should continue to be in line with the mat. Okay, and now you can hold in this position. Just try and make sure your pelvis is nicely level and balanced, and then if that's comfortable for you, come down onto your forearms. Again, breathing. If that feels comfortable, you can come down to the full pose. Okay, but just monitor the feeling in your hip more than anything. And then now that you're here or wherever you are, gentle pressure. Just try and apply a little bit of pressure downwards through your pelvis into your hip. Feel that squidginess. Breathe 5 times. And then nice and slowly come back up to where we started. So come back out onto your hands, tuck that rear toe. We're going to come back into downward dog. So bring the foot back into downward dog. Okay, bicycle the legs. And what I mean by that is straighten one leg, nice and gently bend the other. Okay, so you sort of accentuate the stretch in the individual leg because all the weight is pressing into it, but take it easy. Okay, and then come into your comfortable downward dog position and then breathe 5 times before we go over onto the other side. Okay, coming into our low lunge, left foot forward this time, so shoulders roll forward, bending the knee, squeeze it up to the chest, straighten, release the right knee to the floor. Okay, top of the foot engages, come up and just feel into your low lunge position. Make sure there's enough going on in the hip flexor, knees stacked over that front ankle, knee in line with the foot. Okay, so level everything up, feel nicely engaged, and then just hold. Feel into that hip flexor, pressing the torso down into it. Sometimes pubic bone pushes forward into the heel to get a little bit more, but don't overdo it. And then gentle pressure into the knee, top of the foot. Okay, breathing 5 times. That's got to be 5 times, hasn't it? Okay, right arm, so same arm as on the floor. Try and tickle your calf muscle if you can get there. If not, just float towards it. Straighten the other arm up to the ceiling. Soften through the left side of your body. Hold for 5 breaths. And really accentuate the breathing. Okay, it really helps. Okay, breathing as you extend, it sort of relaxes the body, softens the muscles, allows you to stretch nicely into the pose. And then coming into a twist, so bring the hands together, forearms parallel, and then gently bring that elbow onto, over thigh, press into it, line the forearms up, pointing upwards, focus either down or directly upwards, and then just feel the middle of your body sort of twisting around. And this is where we can use the breath really effectively. So just allow the body to relax in this position, take a breath in. As you exhale, push into that elbow, and then feel that torso with the exhale squeezing round. As you inhale, soften it, come back. Exhale, squeeze and come round. Okay, a couple more of those. We're supposed to be doing 5, aren't we? And then hold the engagement in your core as you come out. Okay, we're going to come into lizard pose. So hands to the floor. I'll bring both hands to the right hand side of that front foot. Walk that foot out. Okay, feel the difference one side to the other. I'm a little bit tighter this side. Come down as far as you want to. Okay, as far as your body will allow. don't overdo it. Okay, and then just hold in lizard pose. Breathe. Okay, so breathe with intent. You should breathe into those muscles that you feel really engaged, hip flexor particularly in this one here, but also hamstring of that left leg. Well, that's for me, might be different for you. Okay, breathe, 5 breaths, and then into twisted lizard, so everything else remains the same. Flex this forward foot, gentle pressure with your hand on the inside of your knee, and then opening that hip. Feel the difference. Breathe 5 times. And then soften, walk your foot back first of all. Bring your hands either side, so back into your low lunge, and then into pigeon pose. So bending that knee, bringing it between the feet. Okay, making sure your pelvis is nicely balanced. Into pigeon pose the other side. Okay, if you're comfortable, come down onto your forearms. Hold for a couple of moments, just let the body get used to things. If you want to, full pose. But just feel into your own bod, hold wherever you're comfortable, and then breathe 5 times. Focusing pressure down through the pelvis into that hip. Beautiful. Breathe. Final breath. And then this time, just straighten your legs. Turn over. Come onto your back. Okay, we can do the alternatives in this one. Legs up the wall is always my preference, but you might not have a wall. If that's the case, then Vipariti Karani, bring that block underneath your low back. Straighten your legs up to the ceiling, arms out to the sides. Vipariti Karani, or legs up the wall, or just relax in Savasana. Okay, legs up the wall is it's a really good thing to do before you go to bed. It sort of drains all those lymph nodes in your legs. And for some reason it's sort of stupefying. It really relaxes you, allows you to sort of go into your sleep mode a lot easier. It does for me. Okay, so we're just going to hold for 2 minutes in Vipariti Karani, or legs up the wall. Close your eyes. Again, focus on your bod and your breathing. Relax everything down. Arms either up and over your head, sort of position of surrender, or out to the side, but wherever it's comfortable, as long as they're not, it's difficult for me to hold my arms above my head, my shoulders are off the ground, okay, but if you can relax your shoulders to the ground, that's fine. Otherwise out to the sides or somewhere comfortable. Okay, the idea is to relax. In Vipariti Karani, okay, you're just holding that balance in your legs. Okay, that sort of neutral position. Breathe 2 minutes in this pose. Okay, nice and slowly return to the floor, wherever your legs are. Nice and slowly, bending your knees, roll over. If you need to, come up to a comfortable sitting position, or just lie down in bed, wherever you are. And then just settle, close your eyes, feel through your bod, back to your normality. Palms together. Couple of deep breaths. Namaste, sweet dreams. See See you again next time.